Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another great edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. I'm AJ, your host today, and I probably be taking a couple trades while I'm talking to you. I'm currently looking at Alta live in the room. I'm looking to take a position around 230 or 230.50 with room to add. So if you, I'm almost there, as you can see. Everybody in the room knows what I'm looking for. I did come in the room earlier and I took it here and bounced it for almost a full point, just about 75, 80 cents. And I plan to do some damage here around the 230 range and looking to bounce that as well. So as you know, Alta, we've been playing a lot in the room for the last 3 days since earnings came out. And I enjoy playing it. It's a lot of fun. Original, 77.50. Good for you, boss. Good for you. Um, well, what can I say? How did it was just a wonderful day to trade today. And one of the special things about uh, kind of following me is, you know, even though you're not in the room yet, um, is I'm extremely transparent. Um, you know, I've been in rooms where um, and I'm sure that we can all relate. I've been in rooms where the moderators or the pretend paper traders who are trying to, basically just rip you off for your sub fee. They're giving you, oh, I'm long, and it's kind of wishy-washy, if you know what I'm saying, or it's really not defined. Okay, what's your entry? And then you look at the tape, and you don't even see his entry at all. And then because you can see the flow going through, on DOS, and guy calls out, "Oh, I took 500 shares at 140, 130," and you're looking for it on the tape, and it's like it's not there. And then stock moves 30 cents. Oh, I'm out. See, I just made 150 bucks. I mean, it's like what? Didn't even know you were in the trade, you know? Or then you get the ones that they wait for the stock to move 2 points and say, "Oh, I'm long at 140," and the stock is 142.50. It's like, that doesn't help you. And over the years, I've had mods that have come and gone where I've watched, or a lot of them don't even make mod status when they do that because I can't do that. We can't do that in here. Everything has to be transparent, and you can't be afraid to be wrong. I mean, if you're wrong, own it. Just say, "Hey, I'm wrong. I fucked up." Nobody's 100% in day trading or trading altogether. It's an art. It's a craft. You have to develop your skill. Um, And one thing I love is I want people to see, um, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how I make my living. This is how I pay my bills, and I don't hide anything. There's no reason to. Um, you know, how can a day trader that's coming in that's new or a seasoned trader that's been trading for a while on his own wanting to come in and trade with you, how is he going to judge you except by your calls, by your entries, by your exits, by your P&L? I mean, it needs to be seen. It needs to be visual. You need to know what this person's doing. And most important, you need to see how this trader trades. And one of the things that I think that, I'm good at is I don't really give a fuck what people's opinions are. I don't, other than the mods in my room. Outside of that, I really don't give a shit. If somebody goes, well, I think you're going to be wrong on that. Well, fuck you. You don't pay my bills. This is my money. It's not yours. And I've been trading for 16 years of my life. It's dedicated. I'm 53 years old, and 16 years of my life out of 53 has been dedicated to trading stocks. I love it. I enjoy it. It's an art. It's a journey. It's fun. Uh, I get to I wake up with my own hours, which is 4 o'clock in the morning. And I live on California on the West Coast, so I don't have the privilege of getting up at 7 or 8 or 9 o'clock like that some of you on the East Coast get to do. And people in Greece, I mean, you get up at 10 o'clock at night to go to work. Um, but the beauty of a day trader is once you really understand the movement of a stock or the news before the stock or why a stock's going to do what it does, and you actually execute the trade and you make your money, you know, think about the freedom that's this kind of business gives you. And if you make 100 a day, that's 500 a week, that's 2,000 a month. That's a part-time job somewhere, you know? If you do $200 a day, that's 1,000 a week. That's 4,000 a month. All right. So that's another part-time job, or to some people, a full-time job. If you do 250 a week and so forth, that's 1,250. That's 6,000 on $250 a day. I mean, 250 times five is 1,250 times four is 6,000. And once you're up to that 500, I mean, now you're starting to really do well because you're at 2,500 a week. It's 10,000 a month. You can actually pay your rent, pay your bills, be consistent. And if you really break down what is a $500 trade, I mean, it's really not very much. The reason why not everyone can make 500 a day is because they're in the wrong rooms. I mean, let's face it. If you're in the wrong environment, you can't make money no matter where you're at. But if you're in a room that can really educate you and teach you and show you step by step by step by step, this is what you have to do to execute a trade. This is how to read through the news. This is what to look for. Then at the end of the day, you're gonna pick up on that, and pick up on that, and just get better and better and better and better. And pretty soon, you're gonna become a novice. You know, um, and just once you understand the reason behind a move, and I'll show you a couple of moves we did today that were so adamant. But I do want to share with you. Can you hold on one second? I'm about ready to pull a trigger on a stock. It just hit 230.58. I told you in my webinar I would be trading live. Yesterday, when I was doing the webinar, I was trading live as well, and I made money. But I've got a stock here on Ulta coming down to 230 levels, and I really like it. So I'm getting ready to pull the trigger. There's the 50. Okay, I own it at 230.49.6. And now I will add to my position to 230. Okay, so unless it pops, which it's doing now. Okay, I'm doing this live trade right now as we speak. So I want to set this up for everyone. So all right, there's 230. I own it at 230.49. I do think it'll come down a little bit more. So I'm going to set up for another buy unless it pops. There's 20. Okay, I'm ready to go. Let's see if I can get to 230. There it goes, 230.18. Let's see if I can get a little bit more. Okay, so I'm scalp trading. This is what I call scalp trading. Um, Now I'm already green on this trade, so I'm just playing in cash. So I'm not losing anything, but I want to add to my money today. There's 230.14. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more right here. Okay, so now my average is 230.43. And then I'm going to set up for another buy on the next pull. Okay. So I own it at 230. There's 230. Oh, darn it. Darn it. You see how quickly that, oh, I'm green. Shoot. Darn it. No. 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 Okay, if it pops to 231, I'll get out. Um, yeah, I already know that, Mr. Purdue. I knew that 3 days ago. Yeah, nothing's changed on that. So anyway, um, I want to see if this hits 231. Let's see if it squeezes. So you got a nice little, it looks like a double bottom. I'm not for sure sold on that yet, but I have a buy ready to go in case it snaps again. But I'm going to sell if I can pop it all the way up here. So we'll see. We will see. See, I don't need much to make money. See this 231 level? Oh, there's another short covering there. I think it's going to pull. I don't think it's going to pop. I think it's going to pull. There it comes. There's the pull. Okay, I'm going to just keep an eye on it, and you'll hear me add, and I'll take this thing all the way down to 228. I don't care. See the pull? See it? I think it's going to yank. This is a pretty good level here at 230, though. I'll give you that much. But if you see it go, then I'm out. Okay. Just be patient. Just be patient. Okay. Okay, I'm green. Almost green on the trade. Let's see if it hits the 70. Again, I own it at 230.43, so I'm only down 6 cents. 6 cents. It gets this 50 spot. Okay, now I'm green on the trade. Now all I need is 70 or 31. If I can get here, here, or here, you'll hear me sell it. If it yanks, I add and bounce it. Okay? So right now, if I wanted to, I could just get out of it. But what's the point? The whole point is to day trade, right? Scalp trade. That's what I'm doing. Okay, it's pulling. Good. All right, I'm going to try to continue the webinar if I can without getting too distracted. Anyway, I gave some really nice trades yesterday live on Twitter, and I took ABMD long at 184. I took Tree long at 303, and I did this before the close so all of you could see what I was doing. And that way you had about, I think, 20, 30 minutes to be able to get your own fills. Ulta, TDD, and Adobe. And by the time I got done, in the morning, I sold Ulta, TDD, and Adobe for a total of, hold on, 229.88, 229.86. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set up for another buy. Okay. Okay, now my average is 230.34. Okay. So let's see if it goes to 229. Okay, anyway, so what I did here is it's 230 now. I sold those and I cashed out for about 8 points this morning, and then I made an additional, I believe, 4 or 5 more points on Tree and ABMD at the open for about 12, 13 sold points I did. So all of you had that same opportunity, and it was really good. I woke up this morning with about, I originally woke up with these 3 trades, and then I later on sold everything for 1,048, which my target every day is to make $1,000 a day. So it hit my goal, and I was really happy with it. All right. Anyway, some really good plays today. We had OBGN pop at the open towards 12.13, scale in short, take it down to 9 and under. So let me show you OBGN. Let's start with that one. This was our number 1 pick to short in the chat room once it popped. And here is OBGN. And the reason was when we looked at the news, it had a merger and we didn't think really nothing too much of it. So we figured we had a topping of 12 to 13, scale in short and take it down to $8 and under. And here is the 12.80 and it came all the way down to $8.20. And we still think it'll come down to 8. We want to fill this gap here where it started this morning, right there. Okay, that's our goal. All right, so that was that one, OBGN. The next one we did was a stock called Tops. This was our number 2 pick in the chat room. Tops, again, was a nice short. We wanted to, basically, we didn't want to long the stock unless it hit this 9 spot or more. Then we wanted to take it up, top it off at 10. And then we wanted to short it, break the 8, and then sell off for an all-day fader. And that's what we did there. So Tops was another great one that we did. Another amazing trade we did today was called Tyson Foods, or Tyson stock, TSN. This one, we read the earnings report. It had a mixed earnings, so we made the decision that the stock would probably most likely pop at the open towards $91 a share. and you can see here on Tawson, $91 a share. And then we were going to take it down to $87 on a short. So we were going to pop it open to 91, and then we were going to take it down to $87. There's your 91 entry, and we pulled it all the way down to 87 and under. Beautiful trade on Tyson. Another stock that we did very, very well this morning was called Rare. Now, Rare was kind of crazy. Rare had some news that there was no trading in pre-market on it, but Rare had some news that they had met some. Here, I'll show you the headline on it. It was right here. It was one of our top short ideas. There was no MMs on it. They had positive data from a second uh, dose. Something about they did dosage and it was turned pretty good. I mean, it was just ridiculous, and the stock was gapping up over almost $6 a share. And so we put this as one of our top short ideas for the chat room, along with Win. And here's the stock. And so if you came in our chat room and you were able to get anything 52, 53, 55, obviously nobody could get 56s because there was only 100 shares up there. And it yanked all the way down to 47. It did a pretty decent bounce, a kind of nice upgrade. And but obviously it's kind of still selling off. This is pretty excessive on the sell-off, but it was a great short, wonderful short for at least 5 to 6 points to the downside. So I was really impressed with that call. The next one that we did today was a NAV. NAV was a lot of fun today, and NAV was an earnings play. They did beat. I did call for a pull at open to $22.50 was my guideline today. If you want to look on NAV, NAV was right here. The sell-off I wanted was 22.50, and from there I wanted to take the stock between $24 and $25 a share, and that was the goal on it. And here is the ding, 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 ding. I didn't think it would gap fill all the way. I thought it would just come down just enough to 22.50. There is $22.53 bottom curl, and there is your 24.69 to $25. So that was a really nice one. The next one we did today was Alibaba. I don't trade Alibaba all the time, but when the market is gapping up like this substantially, I want to play it. And that's exactly what I did. So on this particular one, I told the chat room the stock I would be shorting at 176 and 176.50. I felt very strongly the stock would come down to $173.50. And that's what I wrote in pre-market, 30 minutes before the market even opened. And here you go, Alibaba. The stock would pop at the open to 170. I wanted you to short at 176, give it a little bit of room to 178 if it came. And then I wanted to take the stock down to 173.50. Here you go. And you get 173.99. Really a nice play there. The next stock that I did was, okay, so that was Alibaba. Coop. Coop was a really nice play today. I'll show you Coop. Coop had really great earnings. A couple things you need to understand when you're trading a stock like Coop is that the stock is going to, it was gapping up quite a bit this morning, as you can tell. Holy crap. All right, excuse me one second. I just got a huge pop on Ulta here, so I want to see where it's going to go. I want to see if it fills this area here. I currently own it at $230.34, and it hit right there. So okay, still coming down. Okay, good. There's a seller. I thought it was going to yank all the way up there. Okay, let's go back to my notes. Anyway, we were talking about what was it? Coop. Now, Coop had really good earnings. Now, one thing you have to understand when you have good earnings like on Coop and you're gapping up considerably, you have to consider that shorts are going to want to get squeezed and punked out at the open. And I anticipated that. So I forewarned everyone to long the stock at the open. Do not short the stock at the open. I also told the traders that the stock would probably push to 154. Um, I didn't see 155, but I definitely saw 154, and that was from sitting at 140. I think it was 149. So you were going to definitely make about 4 or 5 points to the upside. So I was adamant about that. And then I wanted to take the stock down to once it pulled to 148. I told the day traders that the stock um, would take it all the way down to 140. 140. Okay. And so there we go. 154 is your short right there. Take it down, and you can see the 148 snap. There's the 148 snap, and now the stock is sitting at hit 143. I do think over the next day or two it'll come down to 140, 141, and then that's pretty much where it will stop. It was a great trade in the chat room, no question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll give you one last one. Win. Win turned out to be a nice trade this morning. It was basically on stupid news. They got a certificate, and for us, that's not a validation for popping your stock that much. So we kind of just went in there and just we wanted to short the stock. So I told everyone based on that information and the reason why it was up that win would be a short. So I told everyone to short the stock at 109, 110. I wanted everyone to be patient at that. And I said the stock would probably come down to 106. The stock ended up going down to 107. So I did miss by about a buck. Um, but overall, I thought it was a really nice trade. There's your 109 and 110 areas, scaled in short, and it took it all the way down to $107.30. Not a bad trade at all. Okay, so we had many more plays, but I'm very happy with the calls that we did today. They were on point. They were fun to play. I love the OBGN, how we pretty much read it all day today. They did, I have to tell you, the market makers on this particular stock were pretty evil. You know, it's not often you get someone that really wants to devastate a stock like that, but it was a really choppy mess all morning. Every pop was sold off. I mean, these market makers are probably the most evil. So remember this type of chart pattern whenever you get involved in something like this. We kind of just stared away and just waited for it to just snap. Every now and then we would consider maybe looking for a quick pop with room to go, but you could tell just every pop was dumped. And it started early on when they popped it here. They were just dumping right away. So I told traders you can't trust the stock. And the market makers knew what they were doing. And they just basically yanked it. And I do think 8 and under is where it is going. So anyway, that is that. So anyway, wonderful day today. Woke up with serious cash in the morning. Never looked back. Trade after trade after trade. I'm currently in 2 trades right now as we speak. I am in Ulta again, and I am in RES. This is a little energy play. It seems to always bounce within 25, 30 cents when it gets down to these levels. As you can see, it was 530. It hit over 510, 520. And I think tomorrow I'll get a nice bounce to 502 or 5010. And I can sell it there. I'm carrying right now 1,000 shares, and I will add on weakness into close if it does come. Okay. It's an energy play, and it did make the S&P 600 about 20 days ago, I believe, when it was in the sevens up here. This is when it hit the S&P 600, and it sold off. So I will add into weakness and just pop it, sell it. I'm not looking to like marry it. All right. And that is today's pre-market game plan. All the plays, some of the plays that we did. Great day. A lot of money was made. A lot of great traders did very well. And we look to continue this and keep going. All right. I look forward to seeing you and trading with you tomorrow. And thank you so much for joining us on today's webinar recap.